This case is one of the oldest missing persons cases in the United States, and it is also one of the saddest. This is the story of the boy in the box. In 1957, a young boy was found dead in a wooded area in Philadelphia. To this day, we don't know who he was or who killed him. On February 25, 1957, a man named Joseph found a box in the woods near the intersection of 63rd Street and Overbrook Parkway in Philadelphia. He opened up the box and was horrified to see a small child's body inside. The police were called and they soon had the box in their possession. Inside the box was a young white male, estimated to be between 4 and 6 years old. He was dressed in a button-down shirt, a tie, and a pair of corduroy pants. He also had a pair of sneakers on his feet and a baseball cap on his head. Whoever put the child in the box made sure that he was very neatly dressed. The only thing out of place was the child's shoes, which were mismatched. An autopsy revealed that the cause of death was multiple blows to the head, probably from a blunt object like a bat or a rock. But there were no signs of sexual assault or any other obvious motive for such a brutal murder. The police had absolutely no leads. They didn't know who the boy was or who could have possibly done such a thing. For a while, the police thought that the box may have been dumped in the woods after being transported in a car. And because of the neatly dressed appearance of the victim, they believed that he may have been abducted from a private vehicle. Because of this, thousands of people were questioned, including truck drivers who often stopped at the nearby motel to rest, but none of them had seen anything. Over the years, several artists came forward with composite sketches of what the boy may have looked like. The police also released a plaster cast of his shoes, hoping that somebody would recognize them. But unfortunately, none of these efforts produced any results. In 1980, the FBI joined the investigation and even offered a reward of up to $10,000 for information in the case. By 1981, over 200 people had come forward claiming to be the boy's father, but none of them were actually related to the victim. His body was buried in a cemetery in Philadelphia, but even here, there was foul play. Somebody stole his grave marker, which simply read "Unknown Child." Eventually, an anonymous donor paid for a new headstone that read "Beloved Son, Brother, Grandson, Nephew, 1953 to 1957. As the years went on, the case went colder and colder. It seemed like the public had completely forgotten about it. But in 2017, the police announced that they were reopening the case and that they had several new leads. Apparently, a woman had come forward claiming to be the boy's sister. She said that she and her brother were adopted and that their biological mother named their brother Joseph. She said that their mother was a heavy drinker who used to beat Joseph and that she believed that she had accidentally killed him one day when she tripped and fell on him. However, she said that their father, not their mother, was the one who had put Joseph in the box and left him in the woods. She also claimed to remember the exact location where the body was dumped. But when the police searched the area, they did not find any human remains. Unfortunately, this lead also turned out to be a dead end. But just 2 years later, in 2019, another lead came in. A woman contacted the police and told them that she had heard some very disturbing things while working as a hairdresser. Apparently, her regular customers were 2 sisters who were bragging about having killed a boy and leaving his body in a box. The sisters had since passed away, but perhaps their relatives would know more. Unfortunately, when the police spoke to the sisters' relatives, they learned that the 2 sisters had killed a cat, not a boy. But finally, in 2022, after more than 65 years, this case may finally be solved. A genealogy website identified the boy as Joseph Augustus Sorelli. He was born in 1953, which would have made him 4 years old when he died. But how did they figure this out? Well, in 2019, the Philadelphia Police Department sent the DNA profile of the victim to a genealogy website. They were hoping that someone in the database had a relative who matched the DNA, and amazingly, they found a match. The man whose DNA matched the boy's was named Frank Borzelleri. He was born in 1951, which would make him around 2 years older than Joseph. But sadly, Frank passed away back in 2018. Before he died, he submitted his DNA to the genealogy website, possibly to find his relatives. Investigators believe that Frank may have been adopted and that he was searching for his biological family. With the help of the DNA match, the police were able to track down some of Joseph's relatives. They agreed to do an interview, and they were hoping to put an end to this decades-long mystery once and for all. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch another Unsolved Mysteries episode, subscribe channel.